let's be honest, no one under the age of 60 is going to get their money back from the Canada Pension Plan. It's not actuarially sound, as in it's not a true investment. It's political, designed by politicians who, of course, have a very strong bias towards winning the very next election, not ensuring your pension is fully funded decades from now. I mean, the CPP pension plan started paying out right away, immediately after it was created. So those very first retirees, they were just getting a government grant. It wasn't a true return on their own investment that they were getting back. They were taking money from future generations, of course. The Canadian Pension Plan Investment Board, I mean, they got a pretty flashy website, and they're pretty proud of themselves. They have $392 billion under management, they say, with an 11.1% rate of return. Now that's what they'll earn on your money. That's what they'll earn, though, because you will actually get a negative rate of return. Because your money that you pay every time you get a payroll deduction, you see the CPP taken off it, it's not set aside for you in your own account marked with your name like a real pension plan or a real bank account or an RRSP. It just goes into a giant pot. And people who retire before you, well, they already spent some of that money on them. People retiring today are taking some of your money from the future. So by the time you actually retire, you won't even get your money back. You literally would do better if you stuck your money in a mattress. Or as a more normal country might do, lets you have your own pension plan, lets you invest your money yourself, as many Canadians do with an RSP. I want to tell you that $392 billion, that sounds incredibly impressive, doesn't it? But a few years back, they were audited by the Office of the Superintendent of Financial Institutions. That's basically the bank's regulator. And they found that the CPP's unfunded liability, that is the money they would owe everybody if they actually made good on their promise, versus the money they have, they're short about $900 billion. And that's getting worse every year, as in they're missing 2/3 of what they need to be able to keep their promise to everyone. So yeah, all of a sudden $392 billion doesn't sound so big when they're missing 900. So the whole thing's political, is my point. Now, few politicians have the courage to do anything about this, because making things fair for future generations means making them less rich for today's retirees, which means reducing the overpayments today. That's tough politically. Stephen Harper was taking baby steps in this regard. I think he was slowly making the retirement age when you could claim CPP a little bit higher. I think it was a month a year, if I recall, he was planning to do. So no one would suddenly be cut off or anything. It would just slowly be made more sustainable. Remember, when the CPP was created in 1966, life expectancy in Canada was about 72. And you didn't get your pension till, I think it was 69. So frankly, the average Canadian wouldn't collect it until very late in life. And the average Canadian would only collect it a few years before they passed away. Now the age is being reduced to, 65? You can even get a partial pension at age 60. By the way, the life expectancy is now 82. So instead of 3 years on a pension, you got 20 years on a pension. So yeah, it's not a real pension plan, folks. It's just not. That's an excerpt from the Ezra Levant show. Every day I do a video monologue, and then I interview an interesting guest. And then I end by reading my hate mail. But you've got to subscribe to it, which you can do at therebel.media/shows.